Well, let's get down to business with Madison Reedy. What's going on with the NZX?
They're having a bit of a spring clean, a revamp, a revitalise, whatever you'd like to call it. We knew this was coming. So the NZX, which is the New Zealand local stock market, they announced that they were looking at changes and consulting with industry and issuers late last year. Today they came out with the rollout of the actual changes, which we'll see as soon as the 1st of January. The main aim of all of this is to simplify everything. So at the moment we have three markets. We've got the New Zealand stock market main board, so that's like your top 50, your large companies, your A2 Milk, Fisher & Paykel Healthcare, all your really large kind of multi-million dollar companies there. Then you've also got your NZAX, which is the alternative market. That's for smaller companies. It kind of gives them a chance to list and then hopefully one day get a little bit bigger and big for their own
Graduate.
boots. Yeah, graduate, exactly, get their cap and move on up to the main board. Then there's also the debt market as well. What they announced today is that they're basically going to consolidate all of those smaller companies onto the NZX main board, and those companies will have to transition by about mid next year. Also, we already know that they have struggled with the number of IPOs, so the number of listings. We've also seen a lot of delistings lately with a lot of kind of international takeovers. So these changes as well, they really want to increase listings there. So they have reduced some of the listing fees, particularly for smaller companies, to give them an opportunity to graduate. They also want some more foreign companies to list, so they've made some changes there. We already know that they've signed some memorandums of understandings with the likes of the New York NASDAQ on Wall Street, which is the tech companies, and some Singapore and Shanghai ones as well. They also want to increase investor confidence. There has been some criticism that with the failings of the likes of CBL Corporation, that kind of beloved insurance firm, that did hurt confidence in investors and retail investors, particularly offshore as well. That's from the New Zealand Shareholders Association.
Okay, well, let's take a little bit of a plunge into the more mellow, shall we say, medicinal cannabis. So obviously there are a few companies around this, but more have sprouted. Can we say that? Yes. Who are the latest ones to enter the market?
Well, in the past about 48 hours, when I left the studio last night, I had another one land on my desk. I mean, they're just coming at us left, right and centre. So my count is at 6 from the ones that I've been talking to, and I've been covering this for a while, so have kind of seen them roll out. The first one was that Ruatoria-based Hikurangi Hemp. They were one of the first to say what they were doing. And last night we also had one called Zeacan. They're seeking $20 million in investment, which is a lot of money. They say that they need that to build 2 greenhouses in Auckland, also do some research with the Auckland University of Technology up here too. Then we also had Nubu Pharmaceuticals, and the person behind that is actually a former broadcaster, believe it or not, Lisa. So Mark Dye's behind that one, and they are seeking $10 million to do similar things. They want to grow this stuff in greenhouses as well.
So basically R&D ahead of being able to sell medicinal cannabis products.
We have seen this a lot. This is something that, given the industry is still illegal, you cannot manufacture and distribute this stuff, but there is still that opportunity there for R&D. So most of these companies start operating in that space first to at least get some grass above ground and and at least start getting some action that way before it becomes legal. If it does, obviously that medicinal cannabis bill is still being rolled through Parliament. Still, the investment risk there is still in the hands of politicians, should we say.
Yeah. And what about the market today?
We rose again tonight, so we were up 0.4%, just a smidgen. That's 33 points to close at 8,648. New Zealand dollar rose slightly too tonight. It's buying at the moment at about 65.5 US cents, 92.3 to the Australian, and just over 51 British pence.
Brilliant. Thanks, Madison.